Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel on YouTube, Spirit Teaching for Within Self, TikTok, 1975 Soul, and I'm also live on my Facebook. I always suggest, if you're not familiar with my channel, I suggest or recommend that people go and read the description on my YouTube channel, Spirit Teaching for Within Self, to get a better understanding of the content and stuff that I bring forward. Yesterday, I was talking about following your calling, okay? And this past 2 to 3 months, it was, where is it? How many weeks did we have? It was a 12-week program, twice a week. And on the 13th week, it would be job shadowing, right? So, I mean, I didn't want to, like, I didn't so much want to do the program because it was more directed towards computers. I don't want to be stuff like that. So I did. I went into the program because there was a part of the program that I really was looking forward to, and I come on here and I said, I'll go job shadowing. Right? So I've been towards that, and on November 25th, I got a call from the program instructor telling me about a job shadowing place she felt that would be good for me. But I had told her a number of times of my experiences and what I've been doing and what I'm looking towards. I've even spoke to her in the different languages and said about like the energy. She said she knew about that. She told me not to worry. She said, we're gonna, like, don't worry, we're gonna find you something. And on November this year, today, like, this isn't the same. And this is nothing against the other students because some got some good out of it. And those are the ones that, you got the job shot. Got the job. I was the only one that didn't get job shot. And I asked for it. That was the main thing that I went into the program for. I was looking forward to it. And I told her, yeah, I want the job shot. And I told her my qualifications and like what I've been doing, like doing research in genealogy, and I research and everything like that, and about the ancient ancestors and about energy and all this stuff. I said, that's what I want to do. See, on the 25th, she told me that she was going to put me in a position. And I got off the phone with her because I didn't know what it was. Like, I didn't get to investigate it or nothing like that. I was just like, well, this is information. But it had nothing to I thought the job shadowing was supposed to be for. So I got off the phone with her, and I went in and looked at this non-charitable organization. And while reading it, I realized, wait a minute, that's where she's not my sister-in-law anymore, but she was at one time. This is where the type of place that my sister-in-law was working at. And she was being abused by people. She was being threatened. She was in compromising positions because others were refusing. And she had social worker. And she had to go on stress leave. I feel energy intensely, and I'm trying, but I can't help on it's not about me helping on that little piece of level, because, for something like that, it needs to be more, like, she was a social worker, and she couldn't, like, they wouldn't understand the abilities that I bring forward, and I wouldn't have been able to use it anyways, like, what I had here. And my instructor, she agreed that they didn't understand. But this was before this. This was after she had told me about this job shadowing with this non-profit organization. So I looked it up. And like I said, I read it and found out that my sister-in-law was working for the same type of organization. And I think it was the same one, only in a different province. So I sat and I could feel my spirit all over the place. It was anxious. It was like, no, this is not what we want. This is not, you got to tell her this. And I kept fighting it. Like, I didn't want to tell her. I was like, I got to do this. Like, you'll say I refuse to do it. So finally I did write an email. And in the email I wrote, hi, further to our conversation earlier, I was looking on the Elizabeth Fry Society website. I am saying website because it is a good organization. I read things about it, but it's not the place for me. Website. And I'm not sure this is the work I want to be doing. I feel this may be limiting because I don't just want to work with women. I really want to work in a place where I can utilize my unique gifts, and I feel this would not be understood. I really want to work with people who really understand me. I feel this would be limiting me. I want to work on a much bigger scale relating to spirit. I feel working there, I still wouldn't be able to be myself. I want to expand myself. I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to work for another system, and that's what this is. It hurts me to limit myself. I want to travel the world and share my gifts. I love law, but that's not what I want to be doing. I want to help people on a much bigger scale. I don't see this happening through this. And then I wrote, my ex-sister-in-law does this. And she had to go on stress leave because she was being abused physically and mentally by the people she was helping. And where I feel energy on such, I feel it will hurt me and make me less able to help them. This is not the way I want to help people heal. I will try this to get the experience. However, I don't see this to be something I want to be doing full time. Okay. The other day when I was talking to her, I said about it, and she had already like canceled it out or something. And she told me that I told her that I didn't want to do it. Well, I did say that this is not what I want to be doing, but I did say that I would do it for the experience. But the job shadowing actually should have been somewhere where I want it to be, the work I want it to be doing. So on. I know that it is not going to be easy to find a place for me, and I understand that. I do know that that place is out there for me because I have faith and I know that Spirit will place me there. If you could please keep looking, that would be great. Sincerely. Okay. So I got an email back. I can even show you. Here's the email. She wrote back, "Hi Tara, thank you for your message. I completely understand. We will in capital letters, find the right spot for you." And then 3 exclamation marks afterwards. So I took that as, yes, okay, she'll help me. But she understood that that's not what I wanted to be doing and that she was going to help me. But the other day, actually, it was yesterday, we had to, yeah, okay, I'll get to that. She said yesterday that it wasn't happening, and I said about someone else. And it was like, I was getting blown up. She was getting agitated with me. She even, like, that, like, she got up out of her seat, and then all of a sudden it said that she stopped the video. But I was feeling her irritation with me, especially whenever I would talk in different languages and I would feel emotions. Well, no, you couldn't. Well, no, I know I couldn't. But I was under, like, it was part of, under the impression that she was going to help me. And this is paid for by the government through my employment support worker through community services. And I have stuff written down and how, like the class today, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So she was also supposed to talk with me after class today because for the women's course and the health and safety course, well, in class, everybody was trying to help me get on the courses. Yesterday, she told me that she had to go in and, well, she had told me the day before she had to reset it, and then she told me yesterday she had to go in and reset it. And she told me that I tried logging in too many times. I tried logging in with the freaking password. And and the email that she gave me, I couldn't even get into Outlook Express with another account because the email was wrong or the password was wrong. And I couldn't understand why the email would be Kit Kat bar. not being like rude about it, but seriously, everybody else was saying their name to their email. Am I frustrated? Yes, because once again, the system failed me. And I have to ask how many more people are going to be failed because of it. So she told me that she had to reset it and we would talk after class today so that she could help me get set up to get, because that's part of the program, to get my WHMIS and to get my health and safety, to have it on my resume. And it was supposed to be done this week because our last day of class was today. So she told me that she was going to talk with me after class today. So we had our class. And in one part, she was saying about people sending sending a message to her, what have you, message, what have you, to her, giving 3 names of people that we want to nominate for a prize. So I, like in the chat, in the Zoom chat, I went in on her private thing and I sent the names to her. And instead of like saying to the class about not sending it to the private chat to her, she referred to me for doing it, which that was private. But she teaches about confidentiality. You might have said the names, but you shouldn't have done what you did. Because it's the same as when my youngest sister will introduce my oldest son to other people with me standing right there, and she'll look right at me and then she'll say, and this is my brother. And that hurt, that hits. Because, so to me, it just reminded me of my younger sister. So I told this instructor a lot about my life. You say, oh, I understand, yeah. Do you? Or were you just telling me and saying about energy and stuff like that? Because I already told you that I can tell when people are lying. I feel everybody's in energy. I feel you. Whether you want, whether people want to believe that or not. And she even told me that at one we were supposed to have appointments with her every 2 weeks to talk about the progress and what have you. I got 2 appointments with her, and an appointment was supposed to be a mock interview, but there was no mock interview. You know, said about a testimonial. She's a very, very cheery, uplifting person, and people seen that, and I seen it. But I also seen the other side of it. Whether it's because she's having difficulties in her own personal life, or whether she said she could do things that she actually wasn't able to do. But she did tell me that she would find me a place, and she knew people that could help her find it. So we got to the end of class today, and at one point, when she was referring to something, all of a sudden she said, "Do I need to call people out on this?" That's something that, I couldn't stand the school system because of it. And if the Matrix wants to try and block this from getting out, it's not. She should it should be not taken as an insult or shame. But if I sat and watched the programs, I listened. There was Blue Rabbit. I may not have done a lot of the Blue Rabbit program, but Monday I got it all done in roughly 2.5 hours, maybe a little more. So I had it done before the course was over. I even said, I don't like computers. I don't like really working on them. When I'm doing research, that's different. But things that I already knew that and understood it. I may not have put it in the words. But aren't we supposed to be authentic and see it for ourselves of how we would answer it? Even if there was parts where, it's like everybody's going to have the same answer or it's wrong. I woke up Monday. I woke up around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I started doing my Blue Rabbit exercise things. And I was done by about between 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I mostly did it straight through. Might have taken it time to go out and get a coffee. But in total, it took me about 2.5, 3 hours to do. And that was to do it all. And there were 10 module things. But she said that she knew how long we'd spend time on those. So on Wednesday, yesterday, when she was talking to me, she should have known that I had it done. You didn't have to ask me if you received and you're watching it. Today after class, she started saying the names of people that she had to talk after. But she left the room. And I wasn't saying to her, well, you forgot about me. And I'm pretty sure one's said to be extremely important to have. Considering when you told me it was look on the resume. So yesterday, I was picking up the other kid's home. Because I believed in her. I believed her. But I was feeling other things in the mix of it. So that's why I said I was seeing, but it's that part. Is that are you being authentic? Because you did have favorites in class, and I could feel the class. I can't. I'm not gonna say, but I could feel different ones. It's like being in school all over again. And I got that laughing. It's like, seriously? I spoke this with her. I spoke it in class. Well, you have to learn to control it. You try controlling spirit. It hurts because it's like you're silencing. Because the spirit, it's the inner child. It's every version of us that got suppressed. It told you can't speak. So after she, disconnected, and then she told me it was because another Zoom phoned in. Seriously, you think I'm that stupid? Not being rude, but I know because you were getting irritated. I could feel you and see you. So I got off and I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden, spirit started downloading into me, told me where I needed to be because it got me. I put this on yesterday. It got me into looking back at my own genealogy. So I thought, well, like I like looking into my genealogy. I like looking into ancient stuff, aliens, and things like that. And also in the biblical texts, the different things through it. I even told her that I got accepted into university for both my bachelor and my open studies. You really want to laugh at that? Yeah, would you find it funny if it was you? Probably not. So when I got off with her yesterday, I was getting downloads, realizing, this is where I need to be. Yes. So I sent her an email. I usually doesn't. I even said, look, I don't check my emails often because I'm rarely ever using technology unless I'm looking things up or binge watching Once Upon a Time or Christmas movies right now. that's what I do with my time, but you don't know what I'm doing with the rest of it, do you? Because I'm constantly working with spirit. Whether I'm alone or whether I'm sitting in front of the camera talking. It's that part of someone saying, like an alcoholic. I never stop. It happens when I'm sleeping. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm speaking in different language, in different forms of languages. I'm experiencing people. They're spirits. But oh no. But oh yeah. So I say, you wouldn't even believe it if something was right in your face. So I got that download, and I was like, okay, I'm a writer. Because job shadowing doesn't start until job shadowing don't start until December 17th, and we're only at the 5th. You're still working on others. You said it there at the end of the class. You told other students that you were going to work with them to make sure that everything that they could get there and everything like that, so it would work out for them. Here's the letter I wrote. Hi, I was wondering if maybe you could get me job shadowing with a historian that looks into the European Canadian settlers in the 1700s and the indigenous around the same time. This stuff I'm interested in. I know I'm not. I know it may be short notice. However, maybe this would be somewhat up my alley, considering my ancestors were both indigenous in the early European settlers in the 1700s. My eighth grade grandpa was the first of the settlers. I have a lot of knowledge regarding this because he is who I was talking to you about when I told you I did my genealogy research. I already have a lot of documents with regards to this. I have many hours put into it. Please let me know if this is doable. Oh, thought, yay. I know the Matrix is stopping this again because they like to do that when it feels like they're being called out. It's not about, like I said, it's not about shaming her. Her response was, "Good morning, Tara. I can appreciate your strong interest in this area." After she told me that we will find the right spot for you, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And the word will was written 3 times, or written in all caps. So that would be free will and 3 exclamation marks. So like my ex-husband said, like that's 6 times. Because the will is already an exclamation mark because it's capitalized. And then the exclamation mark just repeats the sentence. And I completely understand. In this time, I can appreciate your strong interest in this area. We are at the end of our program. As you can appreciate, there is a lot of paperwork and time in preparing these placements. Also, I need a resume from you, as I mentioned. Okay? I can give you my old resume because it has research on it. And we were doing a thing about interviews in one of the Zooms. And on there, it had a video resume. She showed us a video resume. And I liked it. I thought it was very unique and interesting, and it made me think, maybe that's what I need to do, is a video resume. Right in class, I said it because she asked if we had questions, and I said, maybe I should do a video resume. And she said, yes, that would probably be better because you don't want to work for a corporation. And she said this in class, in front of everyone. And I'm not trying to involve them. So when I brought up again to her about doing a video resume, oh, well, no. It's like, what? You were saying one thing in front of the class, but then another thing in private? So I said, I've seen good parts, but I also seen the not so good parts. So all in all, the only what I went in the program for. I'm left in the dark. I don't get to do it. But you say you said you will. You're doing, if you were seeing me do, if you were seeing me do this or any other reason in the classroom, that's why, because I was listening to everything she was saying, but I was seeing behind closed doors. Next husband, he told me, you got to figure out how to do keep the job satisfied. So once again, the ones that are supposed to be helping people get off of disability and assistance has failed. One of them is more than willing to learn and be in the field of interest. So people that say about people on assistance, you might want to keep your fucking crap shut. It's that part of, they'll say, oh, well, no, that's not the way it went. Well, yeah, it is the way it went. But I don't expect anybody else to say it, because that's between you and I. But, if someone were watching, nobody else now. I was not impressed today. But, if you're, like they do say, teacher's pet. There's a few people today that, like I said, and one spirit asked me, one's a ticket from, like one that made my card, they asked me, do you regret nominating those people? And I said, no, because I see the improvement in. So whether they, you know, didn't like what I had to say other times, that's okay. I'm really glad that she wasn't here. Spirit, spirit knows who it is, because I see the improvement. And I can feel it. Some people, like when some people's very cheery and stuff like that, some people don't like it. And I can feel when that person is really cheery. I can feel someone else in the room not liking it. And it wasn't me, because I was really proud of it. And it's that part of being able to connect with them, whether you speak with them or not. And she was excited, and she was genuine. And when she was kind of down, I could feel her there. Feel many in the class, all of them. See, I don't look at the people as being the ones, okay? Because I see different versions of them within themselves. Like I said today, like through this course, this program, like I said, I see my sister, my youngest sister, the way she is, the way she'll say some things in front of other people, but then something different. And I'm not shaming her on that, because it's a part of observing a shift within that person. Because see what she doesn't realize, like she's experiencing different things of spirit. That's why she can be up one minute and then down the next, and really feeling emotional, same as myself or anyone else. And when something else was talked about today, is we're going to a place on Sunday for women to dress, like, to be able to get dressed up for their interviews and work. We need help. There's a program. It's Dress for Success, and they have a lot of good programming to offer. I don't know about good, but I've seen this and actually spoke to a Filipino. So we're going there on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it, to just be able to see the other women in this room dressing up and feeling great about themselves. I can give someone. So when I got out this morning, I was very, and there was parts of me, spirit, like I could feel parts of spirit wanting to just kind of bring it out in the room, just to like say, you say this in here, and then just go bring it in the room, but not well, leave. They didn't because, like I said, it's between her and I, not the ones in the room. She's the one that failed me, not the people in the room. So it was like, you know, you tried to set me up for failure once again, right? I did a video on why people don't ask for help, and that's a prime example. But then, people will say, well, people have assistance. You know, you ever think that maybe your government wants to keep people on assistance so you can keep fighting, shoot the shit at them? I had people that would talk about people on assistance, and they used the assistance when I knew them, and they abused the system. Not all of them. Do I get this full? Yes. And I'm really tired of calling my employment support worker and him referring to me as, okay, buddy, I'm not your buddy. I'm a client. So I have a need. And I would appreciate it if you choose. And most people, when they're referring to buddy, they refer as a man. And it's not to throw shade on that person either. It's, I know you're not happy in your job because you want to, in more agriculture, um, Archaeology. You gotta remember that. It's the spirit. The spirit. You have a grudge towards people on assistance who get help through the assistance program for getting their education because you had to pay for yours. You said about others getting exempted from paying back, but you had to. Is that part of you? Are you being paid to give people assistance, or are you getting paid to keep them down and on it? And I know that the chat stopped again, whether it's people coming back. And then those same people will say they don't sense it, but they're the worst ones for censoring. Today, at the end of class, you know, something was said with regards to the program, and that it was going to be offered again in January. It's not that we can go back, but it was going to be offered again in January. And so part of it, they asked you, like, was the program beneficial and would you recommend it? Well, I believe it's a good program. Still working out its kinks. Because others in the class got a benefit from it, whether it be a physical benefit, mental benefit, emotional benefit, or even a spiritual connection. But for being honest, that if the instructor that we had before doing it again, you really need to go, because the way I got blown off, the ball dropped. They say, well, it's a success story because the other ones. They have a success that they want to do, right? Do I not have the same? You know, I guess I'm not good enough to play in the playground, right? but I know differently. It's not a pregnant I want to be in if that's what happens. So she would have a lot of work to do before she did it again. Like she had uplifting, and most of her teachings was there. But as far as being honest and authentic and private, because you do have a gift, but you can't play favorites and you can't sing really good. You do it for women, you do it for the men. Whether the program's over or not. You know, I shake my head because in all honesty, it's two-faced. Because you show one persona and I see the other persona. I teach about like home problems when people are into their work trying to get their home. And I know that everybody has it because I have it myself. But this is not about the part, not just would they be your success story, you know, what I like, you know, some would think maybe that I wouldn't be an excellent success story. And I would say, you know why? Because it's me. It, it takes a lot for somebody to take that step and ask for help. And when they do ask for help and you do this to them, it's not a position you should be in. Either that or you need to be educated. And then some, I want to ask, do you really like your job? I know you're a success story and you want others to succeed. But ask yourself honestly, because you know that I would. Yeah, I want to be able to help others on a wider scale instead of just in a small way. I want to be out there, and that's where she should be, not cooped up in a boat. But actually out there, speaking speaking to bigger crowds, because she's speaking alone against people, you know, really in my TVs, stuff like that. Yes, you have skills, but I don't see how that. You know, you say about John Robinson, like him, like the motivational speakers, I believe you could, and that's what the ones in the classroom today are saying. That's why they got what they got out of they were looking to get from it. So, you know, if you drop the ball on me, you did not pay attention to others. And that in itself is a success story. It's just that one part of it. If you feel others to be a competition, because if you're good at what you do, then why would you worry about it? You know, when I've gone to university and I've worked in some big things, I'm still a success story because I went from being broken Repeat the physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and verbally cleansed. I've done a lot of it. And everyone that does it, you become a success story. Whether you have the information or not. However, it doesn't mean that I still don't need to do those things because that's success. You're doing what you love and want to be doing, not what a system puts you into. Because everything, more or less, these speakers, this was like, it was only about more about computers and technology. But there's nothing about like construction or plumbing or, you know, electrical, not that. And you have a hard time getting into that in colleges because there's only limited seating and there's only one offer. So a lot of the time, it's like a year, 2 year wait before you can even get into it. That's things that should be brought forward. Not everything about computers. Yeah, they say, oh, well, everything's in this technology. Well, really? Okay. But it shouldn't be. Not the way it is. Will there be free energy? No, electrical workers. Well, if there's free energy, maybe you wouldn't need electric, but it's learning how to do things that benefit everything as a whole, because it's no harm in having knowledge of things, but it's the knowledge in the things you want knowledge in, not what somebody says that that's all that's available. My whole spirit is trying to represent because, like, 2020 during COVID, they Community Services Disability Part took my income from where I was permanently, I said, permanently disabled. They took my disability from me. When, you know, your prime minister was giving out $2,000 to ones that worked or what have you. And the most important part of it I was told by my employment support worker that in order to get support to go to college or university, you have to like go the 6 month thing, okay? You got to get like put out a bunch of resumes and you got to do all this other stuff. You even have to get a like a altitude test or something like that. Visa would be a oh, I did it. It's why like they do a test and they find out like your IQ and your personality and what have you. I guess it is. And they want you to have that, which is personal. They shouldn't have any right to that. So resumes, you had to have that. What was there was another. Mm-hmm. Services. They told me that I had to fill out a bunch of paperwork. I had to put out a bunch of resumes, and I had to do this test. And then I had to get an answer before, like you couldn't really fill out to find out if you got it. Like they didn't, you wasn't you filled out beforehand to find out if you got accepted to the university. So I filed for the university, and like I said, I got approved for a bachelor of studies. But I was told I still had to go through all the other crap. So, to the people that think that it's so easy, it's easy for the ones that know how to manipulate the system. But the one, like, did I start university? I went start two courses to check it, to test it out. But I got in there and I told the story before that in killing and letting die, I just thought, like, that's between the person and their family. I know that, like, some people didn't like that. And then I said, when I was doing Stars and Galaxies, holy shit. I was sitting there and I was relating the stars and galaxies to the human body and the chakras in that. And I took a picture, like I bring up certain things in class, and I took a picture. It was like, he said it was Uranus. He was like, how did you get that picture? And I told him it was my ex-husband took the picture with his camera. Couldn't believe it. And then I showed him other pictures. He couldn't like he just kind of because they're trained to believe one way, and if they don't believe that way, they still have to teach it. So they have to. No, I can't see that. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. Don't show me that. I'm not allowed to see that. So I left Killing and Let Die, and I left Stars and Galaxies because the stuff that I wanted to learning, it wasn't being offered in class because I don't like being on here. Even if I do feel energy, I don't like being on a computer so much like that because it is in many ways it's impersonal. and it sends off the frequency. So I can see the room change, and it can be just from that frequency. But I am going to tell that, and like it's spirit to spirit. Me too. Spread your wings because you should actually be focusing. But you guys start going because if you don't, spirit's going to take you. No, I don't mean dying. I mean spirit's going to just like just like it happened to another person. Just took them right out. Saying it's time to slow down because you're burning out. I just was like scared of what are you compensating for? What are you trying to avoid? It's the part of asking ourselves, are we living or are we just going through the motions? Horrible. So, I'm going to sort out how to do a video resume because what I am able to do, I don't know how to put it. You can't show them it, but it's like giving them a little bit of what you can do. That way they see who, and I mean, it's like, I mean, you can lie any other way, but on a video, you're more apt to see whether the person is nervous or in kind of what their personality is, what they have to offer. But I got to figure out how to do it. Isso, eu mexo aqui, só tô isso tô por extremo. Hey, tô extremo, tô tudo aí. I'll push you down. Disigulay. Disigulay. Ito tuloy. Here's wala. He's trying to bite me. No, you can't. That's why I tell people a video journal, a diary, or what have you, it works wonders because then you get to look at yourself when you're saying it. I also like when I call her, it's like it's like it's my journal, my diary, or what have you, and it is. It's like my diary is like diarrhea sometimes. It just comes right out. So it's like very therapeutic because then, I mean, if you're doing a video and you're looking at yourself, I mean, you may still feel it like it's like you're talking to yourself, but you're talking to different forms of spirit. The mirroring and go back and watch it. Old. You find out and you hear wisdom coming from you because you're your own best therapist because who knows you better than you yourself. You know, I've already started looking into different things of maybe where I could get judged because you know when I went to work for the law firm before I got the job, I bombed everything. So I messaged her back and I told her I know I probably didn't get I know I probably didn't get the job. However, I would volunteer time. And she said like when I messaged her, I asked her like, can I meet with you and you tell me what I may have done wrong in the interview? So she was still learning. So we met for coffee and we were talking and just having a casual talk. And what I didn't know was that during that casual talk, she was giving me a second. And then it's like, I didn't even think it was a complaint. I got a call for telling me that I had the job and I started on Monday. I think that was a Saturday or thereabouts. So it was that Monday. And it was that part of, I took that initiative. I put myself out there, even if I felt the need. Today, after I got done class, I was so, I was boring. I wasn't, well, the words in me somewhat, it was like, bitch, like, how could you do that? But, it was like, But to me, it's like it's like a bitch is a female dog who will protect their young. Because I say that, that's why, like, if somebody calls me a bitch, it's like, no, I, I protect my young. But it's maybe, maybe it's the wolf in me. So, questa è that part of going past the appearance and so that's why, I do believe that, like, I'm not, but, like, video resumes, it's probably so much better because, when I look through TikTok, right, it's like I'm getting like forms of spirit is watching as if it's like a resume. So it's about being an entrepreneur, putting your skills, gifts, and abilities to what you enjoy in a healthy manner that doesn't involve other people's free will, because that's a lot of what's been happening. I say continue, like, follow your calling. Follow your calling. That's just like that's if it's even because I'm on here doing what I like to do. Yeah, I go, whether anybody's watching or not. Isso deveria ser tutoria, muito bem. Escuta, falando. Que doença. I like me, whether anybody likes me or not. I like me. I'm the one that's gonna live with me. Holy shit, man. I heard someone in the like, they were saying about their father talking to themselves. Well, oh my, you wouldn't want to see me then, because one of the other Zoom people within. Well, there is a Zoom thing. The people, and the other people who's trying to help me with something, and I was starting to get frustrated in spirit. Like they talk, it's like they'll talk to calm me down. We'll talk through it. Me and spirit will talk through it. And I mean, I could get like really frustrated, and then spirit, right? was doing that. Like I know she was thinking, maybe, what are you on? But it's who I am and what I'm meant to be doing. Supposing if I look foolish to someone else or right out too much, but that's I know I'm just sitting here because I'm just sitting. No, because like I heard short story say like it's in your head. It's when I see stuff, it's sometimes it feels like in the head, but most of the time when I'm just there, it's I'm seeing it. Yeah, but I'm feeling a release. Yes, Liam. If you're new to my channel and you're wondering what's going on, I always suggest or recommend that you go read the description on my YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Growing with Yourself, and you get a better understanding of what you're witnessing or experiencing. I'm sitting. It's like, yeah, what you doing? Dice que eu tô achando que você não aguenta. Erutuim. It's like, I just went, meditation moment. I said, like, spirit will stop you. Gamutongi shalaki sanutoya nane senata yanukuta paleta yanustoya. My ancestors spoke multiple languages and sometimes all at the same time. Yatotosha. I speak the language of spirit. Yeah. My channel is spirit to spirit. So if you're experiencing anything from here, then it's that part of that spirit that is connected with you. Toothpick in my hand. You're so good for like you said, I'm like yeah, really. Yeah, like what you hear between the heart and solar plexus, kind of going higher to surface of the seven seals. Some might like that, but it's the same thing. It's that part of just not wanting to admit. Yeah. It's like like if people did this, you actually learn how to be comfortable in your own energy, comfortable within your own skin. So you wouldn't have to try to look like something different. These are very few courses at the university that I wanted to take. Because it's stuff that I'm interested in, and I would like just spirit would help just sort it out. And it's like I know some. It's like how can it be bad now? If it was that we're holding on to our ancestors' wounds. And I heard some even know what they're fighting about. And that is true. And some do remember, depending on when it was. Because if it's record keeping in that gets changed, reword it. Maybe it wasn't true. Chissà come ci puoi stare. L'ho tutto detto. Sì, come tutto bene. Mm. Right now, it's heavy. Yeah, probably take your hands. So you do this. It's meditative. Even if there's something in the back. I don't do yoga. I've tried it. I know, like I like I like to do it, but there's this young woman that I know, and she does these dance things. Well, the first one was last month, and I went to it. Oh my goodness! You talk about fun. It's like holy shit, man! You just let loose. You dance how you want it, even if you look like spastic or you're rolling on the floor, doing jumping jacks, and it was exhilarating. It was free because you didn't feel judged for how you danced. And man, do you ever move your body. Sometimes, like you start off, so I started off like at first it was kind of like a slow dance. So I was going around like I was like at one point I was dancing with someone, but it was dancing with energy, spirit. Questi careatori hasta que yeah, Doctor Strange. His spirit's there in front of your physical body. You don't have to. You're your own worst enemy or your own best friend. wow. It's like in the top of the chest, up kind of through the front shoulder, but also to my left side of my head, up kind of back. I just heard. I can't repeat. I just heard. It was about someone dressing for me. Oh, it was your sister dresses funny. And then I heard is something more. Yeah, yeah. It was a head moment. 仕事有時々とか、oh my god. Talaga yung niluto kasi siguro na nakukuha ba siya sa it's like a back and forth. It's like yeah, I even thought like I should take my old resume. Yeah, it's like take my old resume, take my certificates, and use it as a resume. Put my phone right there. Yeah, it's down. It's almost like information, the remembering of information, and trying to sort through it. And when you start doing that, more experience in here. We are. We're all public speakers. We've just been silenced and told not to speak. So we're all motivational speakers. Katutuyan sa kanila. Okay, so, yeah, what you just witnessed was it was like a shift like that. It's like a shift. It's like an electrical current. And when it goes, it can actually, it's like it grabs, and it grabs itself somehow. And then, yeah, today I was originally going to come on and talk about Two Spirited. And I'm not sure how many people know what it actually means, because it may be taught one way, but it may be the meaning means something else, depending on how one looks at it. More or less in the actual spirit aspect of it. I'm not going to talk about that today. I feel that, but I'm going to wait to talk like another time about it. Okay, to me, Two Spirited. Okay, and it has in there about like Two Spirited is gay, lesbian, sexual, transgender, non-binary. Okay, now to me, Two Spirited means that the two spirited sides of you, masculine and feminine, and is that part of like a shared responsibility. And it's more of the spirits. And it made sense when you told me that it's not the person you're looking at your same sex or the opposite sex, or whether you're a woman that sees herself as a man but is dating a man. I met someone, and because of the way people don't like, things have been so made complicated, and it's been made like that for a reason, right? To create a separatism within ourselves. Because if somebody is connecting with physical appearance, then you're missing the best part. Because everything is a spirit to spirit. So it doesn't matter. It, like, you don't have to have an operation. I actually say, please don't mutilate your body or put something to change it. Because what you're experiencing is that part of feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, which is your appearance. But knowing that no matter how you look on the exterior, it's who you are inside. So that person, that other person would fall in love with your inside, not your appearance, but never be fake about it. because I know there's been situations where somebody hasn't been told, and that doesn't work out for some people. Yeah, I just feel accomplished. Yeah, because it's not the person that you're falling for. It's a part of their spirit, and that's the part of your spirit that you're looking for. But you have to do the work for that part of you to complete that spirit. And it's not, like I said, it's not the person. It's that part of it. It's if people look at, we're looking at different parts of their self spirit, different parts of their spirit. I know it sounds pretty stuff. They say it is what it is, but until you figure it isn't. But how can that be? Yeah, have to be wacky. I just need to get off my needle. And when you do this, you sit and you feel like you just smoked one massive doobie like Cheech and Chong, only they were smoking dog shit. Yes, and you don't have to be online. Just do it with yourself because you'll start hearing those parts of you, and then watch it. Mm, get out all your anger in it of what you have towards certain people, or speak your joy. And I'll tell you right now, it actually, like, sometimes I feel like I have fun, but I know it's my body's clearing it out because after I do this, I actually feel a release within the energy in the chest. It opens up. Che segreto tu? Sì, it opens up your different ways. And when I mean opens your heart, I mean it expands. It's like that. It's like it's encaged in a, in some kind of like a crystal ball or a glass ball, and you got to break free of it. And just to get out in the rest of the universe within you. Para vestir azul, se gosta dessa música. Olha, porque a reação do texto é uma على ما نعمل وضع توصيل. I'm very much aware of what I'm experiencing. Yeah. So it's, holy shit. It's, when I say I'm an airhead, I'm literally an airhead and I have different hair than like I like my hair. And I like my airhead in it because then I'm not overthinking everything. I'm afraid of what I don't know. Doesn't mean I don't know it. I don't avoid it. Sometimes takes me some time and a lot of resistance. Well, like I said, if I'm here to be, if I'm a donkey, donkeys are stuck, but they will lead you to safety and they will protect you. So I'm going to ask you, and you'll, I know some people in here could think that I'm an ass, but some will say I was an asshole. I'm not raised. I call you Uranus, the asshole of the universe. But if you go back in ancient in ancient times, they, they talk about Gaia and Uranus. Maybe that's why they call your bumhole Uranus. every every time you fart, that's Uranus speaking. Yep. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? So it's a part of being authentic, even if you look ridiculous to other people, but not pushing it in others' faces. Some would say, "Will you do that?" No. Do I get pissed off sometimes? Yes. I will be honest. Like since I died in 2019, I have heart. Sometimes you struggle when you feel left alone. And you realize that you're not alone because you always had yourself, that part of spirit, and the physical and the spirit. But that physical body also has a spirit. So some relate spirit to being as this person. When it's just that person's now in a different vibration frequency. It may appear to be unseen. And it's in charge of me, you for you, me for me. If I'm you and you're me, holy shit. I guess you people are in for a ride. And it's like, I mean, like, when you watch me, it's like, holy shit, like, what kind of roller coaster she's on? Just make sure I don't go on it. But, you know, see, it's like the back and forth because the spirits are trying to, they're sorting things out. So that's why I say you like you never know what you're going to get on. You could start on one topic, see all this and that. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, but do other things along the way because like I said, I'm looking more into it. I'm digging in the dirt. I can already go picking rocks, even if they're in a gravel pit. If they look pretty, well, I'm meant to have it. That's my treasure. Build them. It's like, Are you? Are you building your own beach? Well, maybe. I have River Rock right out back, so. But that was the other. But I do pick rocks from. Queste categorie non conoscono questi categorie. Wrap it right up in your own little crowd. I'm going to leave it. Yeah. Yeah, because it's the big show. They say about the like everything that's going on in the world. Yeah. Get up, Wish. Just take it to create spirit, and that spirit knows who I'm talking to. Show up and say, I'm going to put red dot. Do reset. See what you got to say. The secret then. Dile tutto ieri. Yep. If you want a rainbow, you have to put up with some ridiculous. Circumstances may cause interruptions and delays, but never lose sight of your goal. Prepare yourself in every way you can so that you can make the most of opportunity when it occurs. So, with that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself. Be who you are, not who somebody says you are. You have to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be true to others as you would be true to you. I'm sending you all love. And know that you have more strength than you can comprehend, but even more powerful. I got that they realize. Break the break.